Soy Podcast. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on this. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't meme on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Let's speak on it. Speak on it. You thought we were done? Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't mean on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't mean on this. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Speak on the Podcast. I am your host, Ninja Mark. Our topic of discussion today is about relationship. Specifically, it's going to be about marriage.
Yeah.
For those of you who wants to get married, who's thinking about it,
the best
on the process of getting married, just know today is going to be special. You're going to be learning a lot about relationship, specifically the do's and don'ts. You know, what you're gonna hear about this topic is a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of things that you're gonna shake your head about, but then most of them is gonna really help you later on in life if you plan on getting married and stuff. So buckle up and get ready. But before we get started, first thing first, we want to thank all our faithful listeners. For those of you that's been listening from the get-go, and for all of you that kind of like just started. We appreciate you guys. Keep on sharing. Keep on, talk about the show with your friends and all that. We appreciate you guys, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already done so. We're on all the platforms: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Instagram. Am I missing anything?
Nah, I think you covered it right. We got Pocket Cast. We got a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, and we have a lot of things coming for you guys. Just so you know, this is just the beginning process for us. So bear with us, you know what I mean? If there's anything you wanna, let us know we can improve on, please comment, don't be afraid to let us know. Engage with us. That's what we're looking for.
Yep.
All right, man, it's gonna be special because we have a very special lady in the house, y'all. What's up, man?
Yeah.
All right, man, how you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How was your week?
This week. It was great. It was pretty good. I'm trying to think what happened this week, but I'm sure it was all good.
Oh man, it's a blur.
Yeah, it's all.
A lot happened.
But it was a good week. It was a good week.
All right,
cool.
that's what's up,
Yeah.
man. That's good, man. How about you, man? We have Maestro.
Hey,
Normally,
Maestro.
he's doing what I'm doing. He put me on the spotlight, so bear with me, you guys. I'm doing the best I can. You know what I mean?
Nah,
but
man, you doing great.
He's a specialist at this. All right. So how's your week, man?
This week has been, better than the previous weeks. As you guys may know, we took a little break. We had to deal with some personal things. We appreciate you guys for still locking in, listening. But we took a little break. I had to personally deal with some things, and the guys on the podcast was like, "Yo, we gonna take a break." All right. But I thank God, we're making progress. We're doing better. Every day is a step towards us doing better. So I just want to shout out all the friends and family and everybody that just showed support. If you know, I wish I could tell the listeners, but hopefully one day I can tell you guys exactly what was happening. But we thank God overall that we get to be back here to do the podcast for you guys. So we appreciate y'all. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Man, that's good. As always, man, it's been the same, up and down when it comes to doing what I'm supposed to do. You feel me? It's a struggle, man. That this whole procrastination thing is kicking my butt, man. But as long as you're trying, you know what I mean, studying as far as like eating properly, keep up with my exercises. It's been hard, but. Hey, listen, there's gonna be ups and downs. You just gotta keep on doing what you gotta do.
Keep rolling, bro. Keep rolling.
Yeah, man. But let's get this thing started, man. I'm hoping to get some revelation. You know what I mean? I'm not married yet, but I know that's something I want to do in the future. As soon as I find the right person, you feel me? So let's start with a rumor report. We're gonna start this a little bit different, man.
All right. I don't even know what's going on.
Well, as you guys have known or may have not heard yet, you guys know who Dr. Dre is.
Right.
Dr. Dre and his wife, Nicole Young, about to get divorced. And it's been all over the news. And I'm bringing it up because it's most recent. It happened recently, and it's crazy. Why? Well, first question is, do you think it's fair what's happening as far as her getting all that money, all of that stuff that's gonna happen? The whole $300,000 a month. All right, that could be something small for him, but I feel like, what's your opinion on that? I'm gonna tell you guys what my opinion is after I hear you guys' opinion. What do you think? Do you think it's okay, or what's your opinion in general?
All right. I'll definitely let Mimi, get her first jab, but I just have a couple questions just to clarify for me so that I can know where my mind is at when I'm answering the question. So I have two questions. Do we know how long they've been married?
Been together, yeah. That's a good
Approximate,
Approximately, I believe it's 20 plus years.
20 plus years. And you said she supposedly is getting $350,000 a month.
$300,000 a month, and on top of that, this is not even the biggest thing. She will keep getting that until she die, or if she decides to marry someone else.
Okay, all right.
So I just wanted to bring that. Like, do you guys see where I'm coming from? Like, just give me a quick opinion. You don't have to stay. It's not gonna be a topic. I just wanted to bring it up. Like, what do you have to say about that?
I don't know much about that specific case, but I've seen it. I haven't read much about it, but you said they've been married for about 20 years.
Yeah,
20 plus.
20 plus, which mean during that time as he was coming up, maybe she was there and kind of going through the support, being there and just supporting him, going through it. I'm not sure what their agreement, like what exactly they talk about, but is it fair what she receiving? I'm not sure.
Okay, so here's the thing.
But I think if she was supporting him throughout this time, this process, they've been married for that long, and he has the money. I don't know why they decided to get a divorce. So sure,
I agree. You don't know, so you can't really say too much. But there's a reason why I brought that up. I will ask you guys a question about that later on the show. I just want to start off with that. But I just want to set you guys up for it. My very first question is, what is your definition of marriage? Because I feel like everybody has their own definition. Everybody has their own rules and stuff. But for you specifically, Olry and Mimi, what's the definition of marriage? What does it look like for you?
All right. She had the jab at the last, question. So I'll just take this one, and then she'll just do hers after mine. For me, marriage is absolutely a union between a male and a female. I just say that right there because that's my belief. You know how it goes right now. The way our world is going, it's a lot of things. That it's male, female. It's crazy, but that's my definition. You can have a different definition. You take it to the bank, you do what you want with it. But I'll start with saying that part. And absolutely, it's a godly thing. I believe it's a godly union between a male and a female. So for me, that's what marriage means. That's the definition of it. It's a partnership between you and your spouse and your significant other. That it's a lifelong thing until one of you guys pass away.
That's the definition. Okay, all right. So Warren, what I'm getting from that, it's a godly thing. It's between
a male and a female.
Male and a female.
Godly union, male and female. Lifelong.
You know what that means, and we don't
lifelong.
Have to go.
That's mine.
And it's lifelong, no matter what, good, bad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work through it, homie.
Work through it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the definition. Okay,
you good.
What about you?
When you asked that question, the first thing that came to mind, he said it right in the beginning. It's a union between two people, a male and a female. It's two people comes together and create something beautiful. And again, marriage it's a union between two people, husband and a male and a female, a male and a female, and then they come together to create something, something that God put for us to do, and they come together and then to start their journey.
Cool.
Well, I agree with that. So no, there's no but. There's no but. So I'm just going off of the answers you guys gave me. So Olry said it's a lifelong thing, right? That's the definition, and you agree with that too, right?
It's a life.
So Since how long have you been married, by the way? You've been married for how long now?
I've been married for 4 going on 5.
4 going on 5, and
Yeah.
Same thing.
4 going on 5. I'm sure during those 4 to 5 years, you've had a lot of hard time, good times, ups and downs.
Yeah.
And you learn to, stay with it.
Yeah.
So now I'm seeing one of the things I don't understand is seeing couple that have been married for 20 plus years getting divorced.
Like Dr.
Right?
Dre.
And it's just like, like Dr. Dre, you feel me? Like after 20 years, you give so much. You've been through so much, create good memories. Obviously, that's bad as well. But
Right.
why do you think, especially nowadays, marriage is divorce is at such an all-time high?
Yeah.
It's a divorce rate is very high. Why do you think so? Is it because one, it's a lack of commitment? Like I say, it's a lifelong thing. Do you think, they just fall out of love? What do you think that is? Since you've been married, I don't understand what's going on. I'm kind of like behind the scene right now. Tell me what's going on. I really want to learn.
Go ahead.
For me, with all this, there's a lot of, like you said, divorce rate is out of the roof now. And I think people, there's a lack of commitment. There's a lack of putting the work, the efforts. We want easy things. That's something I remember hearing, growing up. Like, this generation is a microwave. They just want to put everything in the microwave and
fast, quick.
If you're working, let's do it. But if it's not working, I'm ready to be out. But it's such a it's a commitment. When it comes to a commitment, you have to be committed. Just because this is not working right now doesn't mean that I have to run. Doesn't mean that I have to just call it quit. Before we got married, anyone in a marriage, I'm sure the couple, they date each other and then they engaged and get to that long-term commitment. So during that time, I'm sure there has to be some type of conversation, and then as things getting difficult, especially today, people just want to call it quit. This is too hard. This is too much work. And one thing I remember, this is one thing I've always heard that people are saying, marriage is not easy. I can truly say, it's not easy. It's not simple. It's not easy. But is it doable? Yeah. But you need to be committed. The commitment is big. The love is big. The trust is big. There's so many parts to it. But after 20 years of commitment, many times they didn't just in that 20th year they decided let's get a divorce. Normally there's a long. I'm sure they probably stopped working maybe a few years before that. They probably was just there and just okay. Maybe.
I agree with that. So quickly before you answer, commitment, like it has to be both parties, I believe, because you could be as committed as you want if the other one is not willing to do the work. At this point, what do you do?
What?
Like I'm saying, like there's nothing you can do at this point if the other person is not willing to put as much work.
Yeah, they're not committed.
Because a lot of time you hear a lot of that. Hey, this is why that person is not evolving. He's not doing the things he used to do anymore. This all that. So, follow-up question would be, what to do in that situation? Since you've been, you believe in commitment, right? So, what would you do in that situation?
I can only speak for myself when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But it's a conversation that you have in the beginning, and then it requires patience as well. Maybe the person at this time, they're going through something personal. Sometimes we go through things and it's just being patient, being there, support. And always go back to why did we decide to get married?
Yeah, true.
How did we get there?
What was the purpose?
What's the purpose? And we create certain things. And then kind of be patient and prayed up. Stay prayed up. That's big.
You heard it first.
That's
you heard it here, y'all. Pray.
Keep praying and then ask God, because God, He loves union. He created this. So be patient and then keep praying and then keep praying.
Keep praying. All right.
Yeah.
Big old Maestro. Right. By the way, you guys, I have a question for you guys. The listeners. His name is Maestro, but I wanted his name to be Big O. We had a vote. We had a whole vote on this. And it's never too late for him to change it, you guys. So in the comment section, when you listen to this, pick either Maestro or Big O. So, all right, go ahead, man.
All right, appreciate it. So I'll go back to the first question you asked about divorce rates going sky high. And then I know we talked about the 20-year marriages or 20 plus, the long ones, and eventually get divorced. But also, you got to take into calculation calculation, all marriages. Like, there's a lot of marriages that don't even get past the first year.
Yeah.
True.
I think more of those happen than the 20+ year ones, even though those are the ones that are like the big splash.
I
Because
agree.
like, bro, 20 years, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I agree.
But I think the one that's really spiking up the numbers is the first year or less, like a few months. I've heard people get married for like a month or two, a few hours, right?
Few
The
hours.
Vegas,
Vegas, right?
the Vegas,
Especially in Vegas.
eloptions, like you elope and go to Vegas and get married, and you finally wake up and be like, "What? Man, I got married
next?
tonight."
Who's this? Who's this next to me? Right?
All right.
Yeah.
So all those, I'm sure they add up, but it's most likely, you know, people that they weren't really prepared or ready. I don't think you can really truly be ready for marriage, but you have to be ready for like a commitment. I think you can be ready for that, knowing that what it takes to be in something that's gonna take a lot of work. You know, like if you, for example, if you take any other things, like you go to school, let's say a doctor, you go to school for a long time to be a doctor, right? Yeah. So if that person is not committed, at some point they might quit and give up. You know, you have people that do things for a very long time, and it takes a lot of work. Like a pro athlete, they have to work hard, go to practice, do a lot of things that we don't get to see, but we get to, you know, they get a lot of money or whatever. Right. So it's getting your mind ready for a commitment. You know, not per se a marriage, but a commitment to know that, all right, I'm gonna be willing to work. And do what it takes. And you said something earlier, Ninja, about it takes two. So I think even when I'm saying it's a lifelong thing for marriage, a lot of things could cause for that to not be true for a particular marriage. Because if the other spouse is not willing to put in the work, you cannot stay married to yourself. Like they can literally file a divorce. You can't. You could not sign it or whatever, but at some point, if they really don't want to be with you anymore, it's not much you can do.
There's nothing you can do.
So that's why it takes two to be committed.
Absolutely.
All right, it takes two. So I think that's why it's going up. Like all the rates are going up, is because people are not really willing to stay. It's almost like when you see some like the next thing, it's almost like phones, right? Every year the next one comes out, and everybody jumps into it. People treat marriages like that. Like they might just a year later they see another guy, another girl that they actually like or whatever. You know, maybe they never probably liked the first person they was with. They thought they did. They didn't take their time to really find themselves or find that person. I'm gonna give a shout out to, you know, my cousin. This dude gets shout out on every episode. I don't know why, but Coach Pressure, you know, he was saying something like he that finds. I think he was saying it behind the scenes earlier. A wife finds a good thing, and he was trying to describe what find is. It's not like you're searching like you run around chasing things, but you find yourself first. You discover who you are, and then you're gonna discover your significant other. You're gonna discover your spouse, and then you'll build that life thing. And you know it's gonna take a lot of work, bro. Coming from me, I'm telling you straight up, like 4 years. I'm not just saying, you know,
sweating,
just
man.
for me, but like, you know, my wife, she had to endure a lot, like, you know, a lot from me, and I feel like I've put her through most things than she put me through. You know? But so she has a lot of endurance, a lot of patience, a lot of love. So, you know, definitely shout out to her. And the only thing I could do is keep working on me and keep working on us. But if she wasn't patient enough to stay in, or if I wasn't willing to even just keep trying, keep doing better, even though I've made mistakes, I've done this, that, the other, then it wouldn't work. You know, it wouldn't work. And vice versa, I got to give her grace, just like she give me grace, you know, because we're not perfect, but you can't just jump on the next thing, like the next iPhone. I got to get that. It's not, you can't do that with marriage, bro. You got to get one, and that phone going to last you for your whole life till you
scream my crack. You just got to stay.
Or, you know, that's how it is.
Oh, man.
And then, you know, I think, I guess we touched on the commitment thing too. That's what it is, man. Like, you just got to, no matter what, just stick through it, bro. Because it might look bad now, and then if you work through it, then the future is probably gonna be a lot brighter because you stuck through, and you were able to last, bro.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it.
So, are you guys telling people not to get married or to get married? Since it's not easy.
We telling you it's not for everybody. I'll say that. It's not for everybody.
It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak. It's not for everybody, for real though. Like, real talk.
I'm glad you being honest.
Not for everybody,
That's
bro.
why I asked that question too.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. A lot of times, I feel like there's a few things you guys said. It's like, one is about the timing. Like, how long should someone date before you get married? And it's 2 questions. And what should you look for in that person before you? Is there like certain things like, yo, he or she must have that for it to work? These are like the essentials in every marriage you're gonna go into. So how long and what to look for?
All right. That's
how long? I'll say it's all depend on the person. If one of the things I think you mentioned is that you have to be ready. You have to work on yourself. Okay. You have to do a lot of self-evaluation and just literally take the time and get to know who you are. Yeah. And then once you know you're ready and you find that person and you're dating that person not to just date. And you both have to come with the mindset, not just one person want to date and then the other person want to be married. Right. You both have to be on the same page, and you have to have those conversations. You have to have those hard conversations, and literally, it's a lot of communication because this is the time where you literally laid everything on the table: the baggage, the good, the nice, the good, the ugly. Everything have to lay right here and there, and see where you at. Each of you, see where you both are. Yeah. Is this okay? And then as time go, you'll know. You will know that you know what, this is time. Can't be fake for too long. Can't fake it for forever. If it's 6 months, if it's 2 years, if it's 5 years. Yeah. But you will know personally as you work through it. It's a process, but you'll know. But have those conversations. Have those conversations. Get yourself ready. Like communicate, date each other, fall in love, go through the honeymoon phase, all of it. So what did you look for before you get married, like in your partner? What were some of the things that made you felt like, you know what, he's the one for sure? You know, I wanted a tall guy, slim guy. all right, cool. 6 figure, all that. I wanted someone who's committed. Who's not a quitter. So commitment is the key word here. Commitment is big. So I've heard it like 20 times already. Someone who's committed, who's just not ready to run when things get hard. Okay. Someone who open to communicate, because that's big. Because there's gonna be a whole lot of communicating. Someone who's who can support me emotionally. Financially also. So you put emotionally before financial. I thought you were going to put financially. Emotion is huge, don't it? All right. I hear you. I'm sure there's other... A man of God. That's like one of the top. Man of God. Yeah. He's a man of God. Okay. Man of God. And someone who's ready to have fun. Who's ready to enjoy the journey. So I'm talking about high five. We have to have fun, man. We have to have fun. This is like a lifetime. Yeah, we have to have fun. Can you imagine? All right, we check the list. Okay, we're good. Now we just sit there and just oh my God, man. Like, yo, I can't. Yeah. So those were some of mine. You sure not living anything else? You're not living anything else? There's some other ones I can't remember, but it's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. What mine will be probably different from a guy.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. So I guess for me, with the questions, how long? You hit on a lot of good points. Like, and I don't even think you gave a time, which is cool because you may never know. I don't think there's a specific time that you gotta wait 2 years, bro. You gotta wait a year. I've seen people who were dating for like less than a year or about a year, and then they get married, and things are, working. They're still married. Things are going on. I've seen people who, for me, myself, my wife and I, we were together for a long time, like before we got married. So it was like 5 years almost, but we knew coming in that we were dating to get married. Like, I think, like prior to that, I told myself, I'm not gonna date anybody, unless I think I'm ready for whoever I date next. One and done would be that person, And then it was crazy that we were in the same mindset when we were talking. Like we were friends even before that too. As you guys know, we're friends for a long time, and then we started to like talk and then date, and then we eventually got married. So it was a long time. But I'm not saying that's the only way. There's multiple ways. But what Mimi was saying is important. Just just making sure that you whatever you were looking for, you find yourself first, and whatever it is that you're looking for, you don't settle. Yeah. You don't settle. You're not gonna find Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect. It doesn't exist. But the only thing you can do is there are certain standards. I'm glad you asked, like, what is it for you that would make, what you're looking for. There are certain things that you gotta specifically want for yourself, and be like, all right, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want, and be willing to compromise too, a little bit. Compromise. Even if the person's not like exactly that, you gotta be willing to work with them. And I'm not saying too for you to be like, I can get them there. Like, they're not even there at all. Mm-hmm. Like, I can work them there. That's also a red flag. Yeah, like, because some people, you cannot expect to just change somebody, out of like, nothing. Okay. Yeah. If they're already at like 75%, then you can probably like, okay, we can get to 100 eventually, or get a higher percentage. But if it's already, at zero, you're creating that. Don't fool yourself in thinking you're gonna create a whole new thing for somebody to change completely.
Okay, cool, man. Man, all right. See, there's something I'm not hearing from you guys, and it's interesting, right? A lot of time, like, man, you're looking for love. I'm looking for love. I'm looking for this. You know what I mean? You gotta find someone that's gonna love me for me, this and that. But when I ask you guys, what do you look for, and what is it gonna take for you to stay married? You're saying that commitment. None of you guys mentioned the word love. Hey, man, it's because I love them. And a lot of time, talking to people that's been married for a long time, they always tell me, love does not keep you together. It's, the commitment, because there's going to be time when you don't want to love that person, you know what I mean? So,
right.
Like, could you, is this true in your experience so far that love can only go so far? Because a lot of times people say, man, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for someone's going to love me for this and that, cherish me, this and that, that, all that beautiful things, Yeah. So, would you agree with what I'm saying, that love doesn't keep you together per se? It helps, but it's really the commitment. Or am I saying this wrong? Help me out.
You there.
Help me out. I'm there. All right.
I love love.
You love love? Okay. Because none of you guys mentioned it. What keeps you together? Nah, we just committed.
I love love, but let me tell you, Ninja. I love my husband, but there are times, not that I don't love him, but oof, Tony.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
But I love this guy. I love him, and that's why I think sometimes when certain things, like when we have disagreement,
right,
and I'm able to, still love him through it, but I need that we need that commitment to bring us back, to keep us together, to bring that love, to keep. And not like that love to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
But we
keep
need
the fire burning.
We need that commitment, because if I'm just there like you do the work and I'll see you on the other side. But we need that commitment. But I love though.
Love. Okay, that's good. That's good. This is a lot of work. A lot of people say they don't want to get married because it's a lot of work and it's this and that. But what's the most beautiful thing about being married? Like, since we talk about the ups and downs, what's the most beautiful thing? I don't want people to think, man, it's a sour thing. Don't get married. It's hard. What's the most beautiful thing about being married?
Well, I'll just kind of like pitch it onto the love thing you said earlier, and then just kind of roll into that. Like, it's not like there isn't love. Obviously, you need love there, but you can't expect that to be what's gonna keep it going if that's the only thing. Like, you can't just say, I don't like. You need to work on certain things, but I love you. Like, no, like if you do love is an action word. So I think all that we're saying encompasses love. Like, if you do love the person, you're gonna be committed. If you do love the person, you're gonna do this. You're gonna work towards getting better as a person, getting your marriage better. So it's not like love is not a part of it. But if you want to stay in La La Land and fantasy world, thinking like, it's all like it's like love is in the air all the time. Like, no, man, you're not gonna. Because what happens when the person does something that you really don't like, and you're not. The emotion that you're feeling at that point may not be love per se, even though you do have love for the person. Right. You might be angry, you might be whatever, upset, you might be whatever.
Right.
So
when you're angry, like this is when I feel like your true love comes out, right?
Right. You gotta work through it.
That person's pissing me off, man. Like, that person is too stubborn. That person don't listen. Like,
right. Yeah. So yeah, love is there, for sure. For sure. So, but I don't want people to think that just because we didn't mention it, like it doesn't exist. It takes it for it to continue to grow, continue to push through. But the most beautiful thing, about it is having somebody to be able to share life with. It's a different level, bro. Because if the person is, like I said, committed and you're committed. Like, it doesn't matter what they're going through, bro. You're going to be there. Or it doesn't matter what you're going through, they're going to be there. Like, through thick and thin. And then in those moments, your love actually grows. Because you get to see the person put their love into action. Like, if you're sick, like they said, it's sick and health and poor and, wealth, all that. Like, we see all those different things, especially the bad sides. Right. Like, the good side's easy, If the person's in health, okay, yeah, everything's great. Wealth, everything's great, but it's when they're sick. It's when money's not really happening like that. Then you get to really show that love into action. Like, okay, if it's me that gotta, like, do what I gotta do, I do what I gotta do. I always, tell my wife, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna make sure I do what I gotta do to make sure we straight. Like financially, whatever. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I'm not gonna be, somebody who's gonna sit there and do nothing. I'll figure something out, even if the whole world is against me, as far as like, finding work, finding a job, I'm still gonna keep trying, keep creating something, out of nothing, because I'm like, we need to be able to survive. So nice. I don't want her to be thinking like, if we're in the bind, like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna not? You worry about it, he's gonna just slack? Is he gonna just be lazy? Nah, I'm not built that way. And I make sure she knows that, and I'm sure she's probably thinking the same way. I'll do what I gotta do for my family as well. So the beautiful thing is just that partnership, man. Just be able to experience life, like Doudrige said, do things together, have fun. You laugh, you cry, you whatever you do. We share all those things, and the person got your back, bro. When you got a real one, though.
All right, so here's my question. It's a little bit controversial. Olry, I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. This is for both of you, though. Do you think a man can and should be the head of a household if he's not making anything? If he can't really provide to the family like that, should he be the head of the household, or can he?
Right.
As a man.
Okay. I mean, it depends too. Like, okay, when you say can't really provide, is it because he just don't want to do anything?
Well, let's say all right, how about this, put it this way, let's say he is making money but the wife is making way more money, and he's like, man, like at this point, like you already know, as a man, you feeling less than automatically, like, right, like okay.
Right. I think it all depends on who your spouse is. Like, I mean, I think it's more than just money that makes you the head of the household. Like, nice. Like if your wife understands what your role is as the husband, like even though she's making like 5 times more than you, and then also too, if it all comes together, it's one income, bro. Like if it was the other way around, it should be one income. Like, and if you're making 5, I make 5 times more. I'm making just my 1. We got 6 together. You feel me? So when we make decisions, I'm putting in my input as much as I would if I was making the 5. Right. Because my input is not about me. It's about us. It's about what's going to make us better as a couple. Right. So if I don't have a selfish motive behind, the money, let's say the money that's coming in, I'm not going to look to just spend money on me. I want a new Benz. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I want to do my own, like this has nothing to do with my marriage, then it's different. But even if I'm making a 5, my motives will always be about, okay, how can we progress? We buying a home. What's the best decision for that? We buying a car. What's the best, car we should buy as a family? Or you have your car, I have my car. Because just as she's making the 5, making the 1, it could be flipped. Like the next year or whatever. You're making now you're making more than her. It shouldn't matter who's making the most. Your role is the head of the household as the husband. You gotta, make sure your house is good. You keep everything in order, and your wife is there to support you, even though she's making more or whatever. It does. I don't think the money should matter. Like, you should be able to be a husband and wife. If you're the head, you're the head. Like, and she gotta support you in that. I think some husband, if you lack confidence, it's not about like controlling anything or being that crazy dude. It's about just like, okay, this is what's gonna help our families function properly. Like, like if you're making your husband feel less than because you're making more than your husband, then what is your kids gonna do when you bring kids into the equation? Like, they're gonna think daddy's nothing, Right. Yeah. They're gonna think also too money's everything. Like, because you have money, you're supposed to get these, that, the other, but that's not the case. I know we live in a world that's teaching us that every day, but Without money, bro, there's other things that people who are like, you know, who your standards are. Like, you could be a great dad. You could be raising your kids. You could be a great husband. You know, you could be a great like planner or whatever. You making your structures are good, family straight. You know, that's super important. You could be making a lot of money and you don't have those skills or those things, and you know, you gotta just play your role. Just play your role. That's how I view it. You know, that's
how you view it. Okay, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, especially a woman, like, get out of here. You're not even. You're gonna tell me what to do. I'm making $100,000. You're making 25K. Get out of my face. You're gonna find that, and that's the reason why I had to kind of like bring that up, because it's like, man, a lot of time relationship. Like I said, we're going back to like why some relationship don't last. Most of marriage that don't last is because of financial reasons. So that's why I had to kind of like bring that, you know what I mean? And so it's how you deal with it.
Yeah.
So anything you want to add, or
I support that. I truly believe whether the husband bringing more or less, he should still be the head of the household, because we come together as a union, but we have a head. You know, if we're going back to the Bible, the husband is the head of a household. And if we're just talking about simple things as far as somebody knocking at the door, the head gonna go check out what's going on at the door.
Okay.
You know, he's the head of the household, and we come together. That's the person that I stand behind. I'm holding his back through whatever we're going through. He's leading, and then I'm right here with you. So he's the head. Yeah, I support. Whether he's bringing more or less, he's still the head of the household.
Still the head of the household.
Yeah.
So no matter it's not a money thing. Okay. Well, as a woman, you understand that I'm asking that, and truthfully, we a podcast. We don't like to kind of like sugarcoat things.
Right.
We want to keep it real. Especially in these days, nowadays, man. You already know that place. It's such a big thing. You know what I mean? It's a big thing. Like, if you're not making money, she'll be with you, but a year. You're on a timer. You're on a timer. Your time, and get your act together. You feel me? So you might be an exception. Obviously, as a man, we feel like, hey, it don't matter if I'm not making that much money. I should be the head of the household. I provide much more than just the money aspect thing. But hey, that's why it's important for you to choose and make sure you take your time. Like you said, date that person, look for the right things. Obviously, you're not always going. A lot of time you might think, man, I got the perfect person. You took your time, but then things don't work out.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. But it's important for if you're dating out there, or you have a person you're talking to, you feel like she's the one, take your time. Like they said, men of God, women of God, right? Pray. And so just to kind of like wrap things up, some of the things you guys mentioned is that one is commitment. Mm-hmm. Number two is obviously find someone who's like-minded, equally yoked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, when you're going through your struggle, don't just run out there and be like, man, my coworker is looking at me and he's looking good, he's making good money. Man, I'm done with this. Because I remember listening to a podcast earlier this week. A friend of mine, is Devner. He was talking about this lady that it's funny. All right, so this is good. You marry that person, right? Uh-huh. But he's not good in bed. What happened? What happened then? Because how do you make it better? What do you do? What do you do? Man. What do you do? Come on, let's end on that note. I want you guys to come out and fully let it out, man. Don't give me no spiritual answer right now. Come on, let's go.
When it comes to the bed, it's a part of work. Let's work through it. Because with women, our body is different than men.
Right.
It's communication. Again, we're still communicating through it. We're learning each other. It's not just for me, for you as well. Mm-hmm. We're communicating. Hey, let's try this, and then we find something that works for both of us. And again, it goes back to the communication. If you're horrible in bed, I truly believe we can just communicate and literally learn each other's body, because it's different for us women. Okay. Our body, it's with us, it's a lot of let's setting out the set the mood, get the mind in there, but let's teach each other.
Teach each other. Yeah, so that's what you think is gonna work. Teach each other, right?
Yeah, we have to.
Teach. All right. Okay. No, you're right. You have to communicate. That I agree 100%. That I agree, because everybody has different things they like and they prefer. So
yeah, and I'm complaining for no reason.
Anything you want to add, my friend?
You mean communication is key, man. It doesn't stop in the bedroom, you know. But as like husband and wives, bro, like for what my belief is, obviously you wait to get married and then you do that. But when you do get married, that's when you get to do whatever, bro. Like it's you and your wife, bro. Mm-hmm. So don't act like you know you can't try this, that, and the other. You obviously talk about it. You agree, she agrees. You do what you gotta do. Whatever happens in that bedroom is y'all, man. Y'all supposed to go crazy, you know.
Right.
Try things. Go crazy, bro. Like try things. Don't be a square, bro.
Try things. Man. Okay.
Yeah, cause the
try
thing about
different places, different.
Hey, do what you gotta do as long as y'all agree on it, man. Do what you gotta do. Like talk about being bad. Yeah, people can be bad. But anything you're bad at, you can get good, bro.
Yeah.
So you just put the work in. Put the work in, bro, and do what you got to do. Talk to your wife. She talks to you. You tell her what you like to tell her. Yeah. Bruh, it's going to work, but you got to be with it. You got to be with it.
You're right. So, all right. So, any advice that you could give to someone who's in the process of getting married, wants to get married, or, just don't know what they want to do because they feel like, man, this is a lot of work. I'm not sure. Like, any advice that would kind of like, we affirm to them that, hey, you can do this, and it's a good thing when you get married, because the Bible did say, like you guys mentioned, right? He who finds a good wife finds a good thing.
Yeah.
So any advice, last minute, hey, this is what you should do, what you should be looking for, this and that, any last minute advice to anyone?
For me, I'll say get to know each other in every level, every single part. Have those conversation, communication. That's huge. Talk about your expectations and talk about how compromising with things. Because sometimes we go in with some crazy super high expectation when your spouse can't meet that expectation, and you know exactly who you were dating and expecting something different in the marriage. So have those conversations, lay it all down on the table, and then just have those uncomfortable. It has to be uncomfortable. It's real when it's like getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When both of you guys feeling like, do we have to? Yeah. Have those conversations. Commitment. Have that commitment. Like, let me know, are you committed to this? Is this something that you committed to? Lifetime. We're not gonna try this out and then see if it's going to work. What's the point of this? We have that time to date each other, to get to know each other. Then now let's take this serious. But the moment you cross over the other side, this is it. So take your time, learn each other, communicate, love each other, know exactly why you want to marry each other. Know exactly why. What do I see in this person?
Right.
Where this person can take me, where we gonna take each other.
Right.
Is this someone that I can see myself 50, 70 years from now? We can still sit down, laugh with each other, enjoy each other's company. That's huge. You have people, they can't stand sitting in the same room, like enjoy each other's company.
And sometimes you can tell too, like they just had an argument. I can tell,
being
like
around them, like okay. But it happened. We there's disagreement, but all the time it's just have fun with each other.
Have fun. Yeah. So have fun in all ways possible. Have fun.
Any type of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Hey man, you're legal. You do whatever you want. So.
Right, and I'll just echo what you said. Communication and definitely have fun. Like I said, it's not for everybody, man. Just because we listen to just because you listening to us, look, we're married, doesn't mean you have to hurry up and get married. Like it takes. You gotta be ready, man. Be ready to commit and put in that work, man. You gotta be vulnerable. You gotta be vulnerable, especially for the guys. Like, we tend not to be vulnerable. Like, you gotta be vulnerable. Like, be open, share what you like, what you don't like. Don't assume nothing. Don't think they could read your mind, because can't nobody read nobody's mind. You better be as open as possible, as clear as possible. Like, this is exactly what I mean by this. Ain't no, I thought you knew, I thought you. Right. Nah, man. Just be as open as possible, as vulnerable as possible. Have fun.
Sure, have fun.
Man,
it's not for everybody.
It's not.
This was a great episode. I'm sure you guys know a lot, man. And there's a lot more we could have said. We'll leave it for next time. She'll be back, May, thank you for coming. But this is not over yet, yo. It's not over.
All right.
The most exciting part of this episode is about to come off right now.
And this man gets to be out of it by default.
Now, man. As you guys know or may not know, if you've been watching, you should know by now that
Gets to be out of it by
there's
default.
gonna be some yelling and screaming going on. Scratching your heads. No. We are about to play this game, man. So, the game is obviously we have a few questions, about 5 questions where obviously you have to, figure out what the answer is. And most of the time, the clues in the questions. Mm-hmm. But you have to think outside the box. And, you've seen it. And in order for you to, let's say you get to pick either me or all with the challenge. You get to pick one of us to challenge. And when you pick that person, whoever you pick, all right, if you pick me, then Olry gets to ask the questions. And he doesn't know the answer. He doesn't even know what the questions are. So that it's fair play. There's no advantage here. You know what I mean? It's fair play. Right. And in order for you, when he asks the questions, the rule is to answer, you have to say your name. Hey, Meme. And then you answer the question. If you say the right answer, you didn't say your name, and I say my name, and I repeat the same answer you gave, I got the points. You can't fight me now. Yeah, you gotta respect the rules. So, are we clear?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes,
you ready to rumble? Let's get ready to rumble, man. So, who do you want to challenge today?
Ooh, let's see. Man.
Yeah.
All right, I take.
Oh my gosh, man! Why me?
Let's go.
Oh man! I really thought I was gonna get.
I was hoping you get challenged.
I thought I was gonna get picked. Yeah, to pull out my phone. Okay, bet.
I hate this, man, because I usually lose. I'm like the weak link. They always pick
Exactly.
Bet.
I feel like you get picked a lot.
One day I'm gonna get good at this. Y'all gonna regret this.
All right, let's get it going. Ninja gave the rules, so he definitely knows how the rules go.
Let's do it.
He set it up like it was gonna be me. He's
I was hoping, man.
I thought she was gonna pick me, but let's go.
That smart game.
First question is this: forward, it's heavy. Backward, it's not. What is it? Forward, it's heavy. Backward, it's not. What is it?
Oh man. Forward is heavy.
A person, Mark. A person.
Backward. It's not.
Dang, I don't know.
I'm gonna give y'all one more shot.
Any clues?
Can we get a clue?
Sure. I'm gonna give y'all an easy clue so we can speed through it. It's a metric. Forward, it's heavy. Backward, it's not.
Mark. Pound? No.
Nope. Come on now.
Jesus Christ. Forward is heavy. Backward,
it's not. Second clue.
Okay.
It's literally not backward. But let's go.
It's not backward. That's a clue.
Forward, it's heavy. Backward, it's not. It's a metric.
I get my mind to wake up.
Golly.
Golly.
Think heavy. Think
forward is heavy. Backward is
not.
Think heavy.
Is it that obvious?
If you were to,
heavy?
it is. It's kind of heavy. If you were to describe something that's very heavy, what would you use to describe it? Very heavy.
Mimi.
This your last clue.
Mark.
I'm about to give it away after this.
Right.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Mark, weight. The weight of something.
Right, it is. It is, but that's not the answer though.
Oh, see that? Okay, wait, a ton.
Yes, I give it to you, homie. The answer is ton.
Yeah.
Like when you write.
No, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Let me break it down for the audience.
Get that whooping, man.
Let me break it down for the audience.
You better get that whooping, man.
When you write the word ton, TON, it's forward. When you write it backwards, NOT, not.
Go.
That's why. All right. Second question. Let's go.
I hope it's easier.
Hey, shoot, I don't know.
I hope it's harder. So.
Really? You sure?
Oh, it's getting
I already
crazy.
got one.
It's already getting crazy. Let's go. All right. Without the first 2 letters, I am an intelligent animal. Without the first 3 letters, I am a subject in school. And without the first 4 letters, I am the letter E. What am I? Without the first 2 letters, I am an intelligent animal. Right? Without the first 3 letters, I am a subject in school. And without the first 4 letters, I am the letter E. So my first hint is 5 letters. It's a 5-letter word.
Category, please.
Oh, Mark. It's a 5-letter word?
Yeah.
Words. At the S.
No. Let me give y'all a second one. Let me give y'all a second clue to help speed it up. It's a 5-letter word that ends with E.
Ends with E.
Yes. 5-letter word that ends with E. Now, when you take the first 2 letters out of that word, you get an intelligent animal. When you take the first 3 letters of it, you get a subject in school. And when you take the first 4 letters, you only left with E. So E's the last letter.
So it's a 5-letter word. When you take the first 2, you have an animal.
An intelligent animal. It's an animal.
Mark. Cat.
No, it ends with E though.
It still ends with E.
Yeah. What's a 3-letter animal that's intelligent that ends with E?
Oh,
that's the hint.
That's a good one.
That's there.
I just can't think of any right now.
Exactly right. All right, I'll just use the animal prep. I'll give you just another clue for the animal. This animal tends to be put in the category when describing people.
Say it again.
This animal, they tend to use this animal to describe people.
Oh, Mark, it's Jesus Christ.
3 letters.
It's coming.
Ends with an E.
No, I got it.
It's I'm picturing an animal in my head. Jesus Christ.
All right, this
It's
is
a
gonna be
monkey. It's not
super
a
easy
monkey.
right here because you know I
Ape,
gotta speak.
ape.
Okay, ape. Yes, you do it. So grape is the word, but
Oh my
I'll give it to you.
I quit.
I'll just let it ride out.
Grape is the word?
Grape is the word.
Grape.
Grape is the word. I'll give it to y'all. I'll let it ride out.
Oh, you said animal, so I'm thinking the name.
No, you got the first clue.
Oh, I got
but the whole thing is grape.
Oh,
but
grape.
since you got that, I'll give it to you.
All right.
Because maybe if you had it, I would have given it to you too.
Oh,
All right, let's go. I gotta keep it rolling. What has 6 faces but does not wear makeup, ladies? What has 6 faces but does not wear makeup, and 21 eyes but cannot see? I like that one though.
See. Face.
6 faces. So this thing we use faces to describe it basically, and we use eyes as well to describe it. It has 6 faces and 21 eyes, but cannot see.
21
Cannot wear makeup, but cannot see. My first clue, y'all gotta get to the mic because I'm giving crazy clues out here.
No.
My first clue is this:
I'm hugging the mic, so shit.
we use this pertaining to gambling. It has faces and eyes.
Mark. Blackjack.
It's an item that we use to gamble on the streets.
Oh,
Don't get no
Mark.
easier than that.
Oh my God. What's the name?
Sucks at this.
Dave, baby, you really get
What's
killed.
the
I
name?
got this.
What's the, you got it?
No.
You getting
Mark.
killed. She's
Oh my
getting
God.
killed.
What's the name of that? Hi.
Come on, man. You doing the
Jesus
motion.
Christ. Yeah, I know what it is. I can't think of the name right
Can
now.
you get something out of his motion? Like he's all.
I got the most, but I don't know what they call this. The dice. No.
Oh, she got it. She got it. I was just about to.
All right, 2-1. Let's go.
I actually
Question
know
number
that
4.
one.
Question number 4.
Damn.
What part of roads do ghosts love to travel?
What
Meme.
time?
Okay.
Dead end.
Yes, it's tied up.
Wow.
You gave her a chance, bro. You let her live. You had the dice in the
I screwed
pocket.
up, man. I screwed up.
You had the dice to kill it, bro. Last question.
I'm not losing.
We have a tie 2-2. I can't
I am
believe
not
it.
losing.
This like the Bucks versus.
Come on, plug this so you don't answer.
You like the Bucks.
Plug my mic real quick.
The Bucks versus the Suns, bro. About to-
Last.
Man,
All right.
Gotta win.
There are 2 monkeys on a tree, and one jumps off. Why does the other monkey jump too?
Mark.
Meme.
Mark said it first.
Monkey see, monkey do. Let's go, man. I told you I'm not losing.
That's a
What
dub.
do I look like to y'all, man?
That's a dub.
I give it to you.
That's a dub. That's a dub.
Good job. Hey, man.
All right, go ahead, Ninja. Do your
Hey
thing.
man, that's a wrap, you guys. Man, this was a very interesting topic. I learned a lot. Hey man, just because you're dating right now don't mean you're supposed to get married. Make sure that person is the one, and make sure you're ready for it.
Yes.
And as you guys know, man, Mamie will be back. This is not her first time. You know, this is her first time, but this won't be her last. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So make sure you guys, obviously, like I said from the get-go, if you're not following, make sure you follow. Keep on liking and subscribing. Tell your friends about the show.
Share.
We have a lot of content, man, that we're preparing for you guys, and a lot of things behind the scene we're working on. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next time, man.
Remember, it's not for everybody.
All right,
you can speak on it though.
Speak on it, y'all. We out.
Soy Podcast. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on this. Say that again. Let's lean on it.